Alright, today we're going to continue with part 2 of 10.1 coplanar circles and common tangents. Yesterday we learned all the parts of the circle that we needed to work with. So today we're going to talk about using those parts of the circle and talk about coplanar circles and common tangents. So we learned tangent yesterday where it hit a line on the outside. So the first thing I want to do is I want to draw some some circles. So we're going to draw several. We're going to draw those first. So you're going to draw one circle, and then you're going to draw another circle, and you're going to make it just touch, just like that. Okay? And then we're going to draw another set of circles. So we're going to have several circles that we're drawing. So the next circle we're going to draw, we're going to have the two circles and one inside the other. So we're just take and draw that. And then we're going to draw two circles where one's inside and one's outside. And the last one we're going to do is one's going to be totally inside. And it's going to look like this. It's going to look like that. Oops. And then I'm going to draw this one down here. And it's going to look like that. Alright, so now we're going to talk about all of these circles. Alright, and we're going to talk about tangent circles. So first we're going to label these. So the first one you will notice, this one right here, we've got where it hits twice. Alright, so this would be called 2 points of intersection. Alright, because it hits twice. The second two circles that we have, we notice that it is hitting once here and once here. And then if we draw a line, I'll draw a line through each one. It's only going to hit once if I draw that line at that point. So I got here, and then I'm going to do one here. So it's actually just hitting at that one point in that alright, and this one's called 1 point of intersection. And yesterday when we talked about that, we talked about the word tangent. So these are going to be tangent circles. And as you can see, the last set of circles, there is no point of intersection. And these are called concentric circles. So we're going to label that one up here because it's one inside the other. So those are concentric circles. All right, that means it has a common inside. So this one right here is called a concentric circle. And that's because it has a common middle center. Okay, so common center. All right, it's only on that one. The other one doesn't have that because it doesn't have a common center. All right. So I'm going to shrink that down just a little bit. I'm going to draw my median line over here. So I'm going to do my example over here. So we're going to do example 1. So we're going to start with A. We're going to draw A out. So the first one is going to be a small circle here. We're going to draw another circle, which is going to be a bigger one right here. All right, so that's my A. And on these, you need to tell me, state whether they are tangents or external tangents or internal, okay, and how many tangents there are, okay. So when we go to do these, you're going to be drawing lines, all right, and you're going to say how many times does the line hit. So we're going to start with, I'm going to start right here. So if I draw a line where I'm hitting both circles, right through here, notice that it hits 1, 2. Okay? So it's hitting there. So I'm going to do another one. Do it in orange. And I'm going to do right here. So we're seeing how many times it can hit. Alright, so there's 1, 2 there. Alright, so basically, when I'm looking at these, alright, I have 2 tangents, and we're going to call those internal, okay? So these are 2 internal tangents. And that's because they're going inside of the 2 circles. Okay, they're in the middle of the 2 circles. All right. So now I'm going to draw a couple more. I'm going to do these, I think, in this color. So now I'm going to look for 2 more places where they can hit. So I have one right here. And then I have another set that I can do here. So you're basically seeing how many times you can draw lines in order to hit the circles. And it's not, there it goes. Alright. So I've got hits here and here on this line and here on this line. So these would be 2 external tangents because they're hitting the outside. They're not going in between the 2. Okay? So we have a total of 4 common tangents. All right. So again, all you're doing is you're drawing the lines and making sure that they hit. All right. So we're going to do B. Again, we have to draw some circles. All right. And one I didn't do. Let me go back up to this one. I forgot. So I've got here and I've got here, and we're just connecting those two. And that's where it helps to see the internal, because I'm going from here to here. Okay, notice that the internal hits, tangent lines hit that for when I draw from the radius, those center points. Okay, I'm going to do B. So actually I'm going to move this up just a tad. Move my ruler. So this one I'm going to draw 2 circles. Draw another one. And then I'm going to draw my center points as close as possible. And then I'm just going to connect them so you can see them. So now I got to figure out how many times can I draw the lines where it's going to hit. Alright, so in this case, if I'm looking in between the 2 circles, I'm only going to be able to draw one line, which means that I have one internal, that's too close, one internal tangent. Remember, tangent's where it's hitting the circle. And then I'm going to do my outsides. How many times can I draw outsides? So in this case, it looks like I've got one here. And I've got one here. So in this case, I'm a little bit off. I've got it hit here, 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 and here. So I have 2 external tangents. So I have a total of 3 tangents, common tangents. Alright, now we're going to draw the last set, C. Alright, so I drew 2 circles. Alright, so in this case I have one overlapping the other. So in the last example, you notice that it went in between. In this case, if I drew the line going through here, okay, Notice it hits it twice, all right? In order for it to be tangent, it can only hit once. So that line is not going to be there, which is not letting me erase it. And it's erasing half of my thing. So let's just redraw this all together. That was weird. It usually erases right away. All right, let's try this again. This circle's not doing so well. So I've got one circle. And then I've got a second circle. And like I said, it's hitting twice, so can't have an internal. So now I'm going to see how many exterior. So let me draw my center to center here. All right, so now we know that we can't do an internal circle because it hits more than once. All right, so now we're going to do the outside. So I've got going here. So it hits once here, and then it's going to go once here and once here. So in this case, all right, we have, and I'm going to write this over here, 0 internal tangents, and then we have 2 external tangents. So this is going to give us a total of 2 common tangents. So not very hard. All right, we're going to give you a try it, and I'm actually going to put it back up here. I try it. So I'm going to draw 3 sets of circles, and then you're going to go in and answer them. Right, that is A. We'll do B. I'll try this again. I didn't get it quite the way I wanted it. Because I didn't draw my center point. I need to make sure you draw your center point and then draw the second shape. And you want it to touch, and I'm having difficulty with my finger and getting it to touch. Just doesn't want to go there. We're going to leave it right there. There we go. And then you're going to do C. Looks like this. All right, so on each of these, you're going to tell me and draw the lines. You're going to tell me how many internal, how many external, and how many common tangents. Okay, so internal, external, and common. Same thing for C. Internal, external, and common.